Thanks, Zoe. Well, the big news everyone is talking about this month are the new school rankings by Niche.com, which put two Marlborough high schools among the top 100 in the state. Niche.com is a rankings website which ranks schools and neighborhoods based on a variety of criteria, including hard data, polling, and user reviews. And in their 2017 rankings of schools, they put Marlborough's Advanced Math and Sciences Academy in 14th place and Marlborough High School in 78th place among the top 100 schools in Massachusetts. AMSA also ranked as the second best high school in the state for STEM education, which is sciences, technology, education, and math. And Marlborough High School ranked among the top 25% in the Boston area schools for STEM education. So to talk more about why all of this matters to the city of Marlborough, I'm joined by Marlborough Economic Development Corporation's Executive Director, Meredith Harris. Thanks for joining me, Meredith.
Thanks for having me, Laura.
All right, so let's talk about this. Obviously, this bodes well for the Marlborough public school system and the students that attend those schools, but in the grand scheme of things, why does this matter to residents and employers that are in the city of Marlborough?
Absolutely. Well, it goes without saying that a good education system is the cornerstone of any community, and certainly having these rankings come back just, reaffirms what we know about Marlborough and that the school systems are wonderful here. This helps residents moving in because the first thing a young family looks at when they're moving into the city is how are the schools. Also, when you have employers that are looking to relocate their business, this helps them reaffirm the idea that we have great talent here. High education is wonderful for the talent pool, and it only elevates the level of employment that we have here in the city.
And speaking of rankings, there was another ranking that was put out by NerdWallet earlier this year, and that put Marlborough among the top 27% of the best small cities in all of America. And they looked at things like housing costs and school system quality, the healthcare quality, even things like a number of restaurants per capita,
Sure.
and all kinds of other criteria. So obviously it's a good bragging point for the residents of City of Marlborough to say that they live in some of the best small cities in America, and it's a great selling point for realtors. But why else would we care about these types of rankings?
Well, it makes my job easier. Certainly, we're constantly trying to elevate the level of value here in the city for not only the residents, but the workers that are coming here. And having these rankings out there just reaffirms what we continue to sell every day, and that's that Marlborough has everything that that you need when you're coming to locate a business or your home.
Speaking of locating businesses, there was another big piece of news that came out earlier this year. At the start of the year, Whole Foods announced that it will be moving its regional headquarters here, as well as Test Kitchen. And of course, it's a big win for the city, another one. But it is a different type of win this time because we've seen a lot of life sciences, biotech, manufacturing, technology companies moving here. But this is a different type of company. Is this a signal that there's a shift in the types of employers that are interested in Marlborough?
Not necessarily. I think it shows that Marlborough is able to attract, different types of companies from different types of industries. Any company that's looking to locate, whether it be life sciences, high tech, or someone like Whole Foods, they're looking for, access to talent, infrastructure, a government that's willing to work with them, a business-friendly city, and fortunately, Marlborough has all of those things.
And the MEDC is now working on a new, one of your new projects is a job fair. Now you have the annual Marlborough Works job fair that happens usually in October, and that's where you kind of put out all the different big companies, big employers that are here in the city and join them together with job seekers. What is different about this new job fair that you're introducing?
So the new job fair is, very exciting. The annual Marlborough Works job fair that we've been doing for, the past couple of years has been very successful, and so successful that, we had a long list of companies, in retail sectors of the city that wanted to come to the job fair, and we just didn't have room. So this is a great problem to have. We're going to have another job fair so we can supplement and have, even more employers and match them up with the right talent here in the city.
And what are the specifics of this job fair? Can you tell us a little bit more? When is it? Who's going to be there?
Sure. So it's going to be May 11th. It's going to be at the Courtyard Marriott here in Marlborough. And primarily the types of industry that you'll see there are your, manufacturing and your retail sectors, service industry.
Okay. And let's talk about another project that the MEDC has been involved in for quite a few months now. Last year, you commissioned a study to see what the potential uses are for the Walker Building. It's as part of the revival of the downtown area. The study is out. The uses were announced. What are they, and what are the next steps?
So the next steps for the Walker Building project, last year we did the feasibility study, which came back and gave us, a list of options for the highest and best use for the Walker Building. We were able to have a long list of, any potential option, but they also came back and gave us a shortlisted list of potential uses for the Walker Building. The first one was market rate residential. We had an option for boutique hotel. There was also a mixed use opportunity. And lastly, they gave us, if you were going to keep it municipal office, what would that look like? At this point, we are working with the City Council to put together some, public outreach and community input, a couple different hearings that we want to have. And we really do want to get the community's input on this project. As we know, it's the iconic building for downtown and a very important piece of not only the downtown, but the whole city. So we really would like the residents to get involved in this process.
All right, can you tell people how they can reach out to you, how they can get information to you or their opinions to you, I suppose?
Absolutely. They can visit our website, marlboroughedc.com. Certainly welcome to always stop by the MEDC office or give us a call. We really do want to hear from them. We're available on Facebook and Twitter as well.
All right, well, thanks very much for your time, Meredith. That's Meredith Harris, Executive Director of the Marlborough Economic Development Corporation. And as she said, you can find out more about what the MEDC does and get in touch with them on their website at marlboroughedc.com or on social media. That's Marlborough EDC. And that's all for me from now. So back to you, Zoe.